Hey, Pisces, Mel, Intuitive Coach here, excited to bring in your February 2025 monthly reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Pisces, happy birthday to those of you Pisceans out there celebrating in the month of February. All right, I am getting here help from friends. I get by with a little help from my friends. So for some of you, you may be spending more time with people that you care about, people that you love. This could also be meeting new people in your soul tribe. And as I say that here, you have the Ace of Pentacles. This is a start of a new life, a start of a new year for some of you who are celebrating birthdays. So there's flexibility this month as one of your key themes. You have the law of attraction as well as ascension. This tells me that you're really leaving behind the things that have blocked your happiness or caused you to hold back in some way. This could be old thoughts, behaviors, or patterns that don't belong where you're going. Not this trip around the sun. Pisces, your soul has advanced. And look at, you have literally the wheel here. Here's the trip. Here's the next cycle, the next phase, and it's showing up in the upright position. So there's definitely a renewal of life, a turning point coming in here for you. And I have the death card out here as well. And this tells me that you are looking at things that hinder your soul's growth in some way. Bottom of the deck, the sun. Yeah, you're not going to let anything block your happiness or your joy. Even if people come in with certain words or certain actions, I feel like there's a stronger, more stable part of yourself that is coming to the forefront. You've been doing a lot of healing. You've been doing a lot of work on you. And I see here the family card, 10 of Cups. So there you go. I get by with a little help from my friends and family, soul tribe. So it just tells me here that you are flexible. There's an adaptable energy here, but you're also not putting up with crap is what I'm getting. You're not putting up with crap. You are telling yourself a story of success, a story of love, a story of abundance, instead of telling a story of, pain or heartbreak or disappointment. You're saying, wait a second, I have gone through those experiences, but they have strengthened me. They have strengthened me on a soul level. And I just feel like you are a much happier version of yourself these days. I like this. You have the river as your archetype. So let's dive in. Key themes, Pisces. You have the law of attraction card. Be careful what you wish for, but I feel like you are in the right position to be making some good wishes because your mindset is good. I feel like the law of attraction, things are coming together. Now, February is also a 2 month, and 2 is the law of attraction, right? It either we don't focus on it, it's not meant for us, and it can disperse. It can, go out of our energy field, or we focus on it and it comes together here. So manifestation is at an all-time high for you at this time. This is also about positivity, magnetic energy. It would be a perfect month to create a vision board or to really set your mindset towards the things that you want to achieve. I mean, you have the sun at the bottom of the deck. So this is about vitality, confidence, playfulness, success, and warmth. And really asking yourself this month, Pisces, what truly makes me happy? What truly fills my soul's cup? And then manifesting those things into your life because you are prioritizing the things that make you happy versus the things that don't. I hope that makes sense here with the death card. It's like you're not giving the energy and attention towards the things that jeopardize or sabotage your happiness, and you're the emphasis is more so on, the sun, okay? The sun versus, say, the devil. Now, you have ascension here. This is soul advancement. A lot of you have this newfound sense of awareness, a newfound sense of awareness here. Now, it could be because you have the Page of Cups showing up. This could be messages, incoming news. Perhaps this has to do with the beginning of a relationship or a job or an idea. You're feeling inspired here with this Page of Cups, and it's quite beautiful because it's bringing about a lot of playfulness. This can even be like falling in love with life again, falling in love with oneself, falling in love with, your creative projects. And the falling in love piece is easy, right? That's why they call it falling. However, staying consistent, and continuing to show up for something every day, that can be a choice that we make. And I see you are choosing to show up for this. Whatever it is that you love, you are making that conscious, aware choice because it brings you sunshine. All right. You have personal growth. This tells me you've gone through a lot. You've gone through possibly death as well. You've touched the brink of death is what I'm being told. So whether that means physical death, perhaps you've had a near-death experience. For others of you, you have continuously worked on hanging on and letting go. Your entire life oscillates between, letting go, hanging on, and it starts with cutting the cord. And if you think about it, when we are in the womb, right, the very beginning of our existence here on earth, the umbilical cord is cut. And you can see that here with the death energy. He has the sword and the rope, it's hanging on by a thread. And there's something about cutting this out, even though it may feel difficult to be independent or to put yourself out there in a new way without that old attachment, without that old umbilical cord in a sense. But you're excited to do so because what is happening is you're being reborn. There's a part of you that is being reborn. And even though there's a part of the old version of you that is being cut in some way, it doesn't mean that you're going to die, right? It doesn't mean you're going to die because, as Einstein says, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. So you realize this concept now, Pisces. You realize that death is rebirth, that death is inevitable, and it's a process that we all go through. And it just feels like whatever you're cutting out here, you're excited because maybe that umbilical cord has been holding you back in some way, holding you back from living the life that you truly wanted to live in a new way, a new version of yourself. And you needed that umbilical cord. Right? You needed it to evolve or to heal or to grow while you were in the cycle of a life in the past, but you don't need that where you're going. Because you'll have connections and a new vibrational frequency that you're tuning into here. So that's why you're being flexible. You have the divine detours here. This is about change. Change is ahead. As you release and let go of an old version of your life, of yourself, you are adapting to this new cycle. Some of you, there was some fear around maybe aging or going off on your own in some way. This could also be fear around death. Perhaps that was a fear of yours, fear of loss, fear of death, but you now are expanding consciousness, expanding your awareness through, ascension, through soul growth. And you're saying, I'm not going to hold back in fear of death, in fear of, endings, because I'm meant to live my life. I'm meant to show up and not just be, a bystander, not just to be a player. I forget, what are they called? Non-essential players in games. They're just in the background. That's not how you want to live your life. You don't want to be in the background of your own life. You want to be the lead character here. And I see a lot of flow, a lot of ideas. I mean, this is Aquarian's energy of expansion. And again, creativity, ideas, inspiration. So I feel like you're doing good. Okay, I feel like you're doing good. And if some of you are struggling, I mean, you are adapting. And I see that you're getting to the cusp of basically an epiphany, basically a rebirth, if you will. All right, diving into the tarot. Well, first of all, bottom of the deck, you do have R&R. So for some of you, you could be traveling, maybe going on a retreat. This is about taking a time out, taking some time to yourself this month to read that book that you've been meaning to finish. This is about going out for a walk, maybe smelling some fresh flowers, going to the farmer's market, traveling or doing something that feels restful for you, whatever that may be. Perhaps you're journaling a little bit more. Perhaps you are taking your time, sipping your tea or your coffee in the morning. You may be slowing things down in the month of February, but that's not a bad thing. It's about downtime, healing, peace, recovery, and even being able to relax. If you have felt like things have been a bit chaotic or there's been a lot going on mentally for you, physically, emotionally, and even spiritually, because we have all been tapping into that collective consciousness of healing our DNA. Basically, I've been talking about the DNA upgrades that have been ushering through. You may feel a bit more tired, but this is the month where you're saying, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to get that massage. I'm going to take a nice long salt bath, and I'm going to relax a little bit longer this time around. So good for you. You deserve that, Pisces. You have the King of Pentacles. Some of you are doing a fantastic job, financially or in your career. This is also about maybe a new beginning in your career. If you are ready to embrace the next level, this is it. I mean, King of Pentacles, this is big boss energy. This can be about wealth, abundance. It's working your way up here. You could even be talking to, a financial advisor, a broker, real estate expert, a business investor. I feel like this energy is strong. It's coming up good here, right next to the Ace of Pentacles. So whatever this is showing up for you, you have the potential to build off of it because the Ace is the start of a new life. And so next level, he's holding his cake, right? And you've heard that saying, you can have your cake and eat it too. Most people say you can't have your cake and eat it too, but I say, why not? If you've worked hard for it, then enjoy it. You have the ability here to enjoy life. He has not only the cake, he has his wine in one hand, the cake in another. He has his loyal, steadfast, trustworthy dog. And then he has the cow, right? The cow. And there's another saying about the cow. What is it? Why order a cup of milk when you can have the whole cow? I think I just butchered, pun intended. I think I just messed up that pun, but you get my drift here. You can have the whole cow. You don't have to just have a glass of milk. And in some countries, the cow, is very, very sacred. The cow represents abundance and prosperity. And I feel like this is the energy that you are thriving in, Pisces. This is what you are attracting with the law of attraction. Excuse me. So whatever abundance is for you, you're starting it here. This is the start of a new life. Some of you, this could even be a home. There may be a purchase on a new home. You could be selling a home here. I also see that there's potentially a raise, a celebration coming in. But you have the Death card. So this is about, an old life that is being put behind you. Right behind the Death energy, you see that there's a door that's closed and there's light shining from this new door. When one door closes, another opens. And that's where the sun comes in here because the sun is illuminating a new path. So I feel like this death is inviting, if that makes sense. It almost feels like it is an ending that you have been preparing for, or it's one that you have been wanting to close out. I feel like this is a good death. And oftentimes the death can be out of our control. It can be major transitions. It's change. But I see here, this is big change for the better, and you're excited about it. Why? Because you've reached and ascended a new level, and you're going to adapt. You have the flexibility, which says you're not holding back. This isn't a resistance. And sometimes we resist when that death comes knocking. We say, wait a second, that's too scary. That means we have to step out of our comfort zone. It means that there will be a disruption to our lives. It means that we have to adapt. We're forced to adapt. But this is different. This feels like you're the one holding the sword. You're the one saying, let's get going. Let's cut this version of our old lives off, because you've been planning and preparing for what's to come. And that's why the Page of Cups is showing up right behind this. The Page of Cups, is excited. He is excited because this is part of, his intuition. His heart is guiding him, is inspiring him, is leading him forward. He is full of creativity, intuition, and ideas. And I feel like the sky's the limit here for you. And because you are willing to embrace change, you have the Wheel of Fortune that is kicking this off. It's kicking off this initiation here, Pisces. And when the Wheel of Fortune shows up, yeah, it's landing for some of you in your home sector. You see that the little tab on the wheel is highlighting a home. For others of you, right across from the home is the sun as well. And remind you, you have the sun at the bottom of the deck. So this could be major success, playfulness, confidence, vitality, happiness, or abundance. It's Leo's energy here of moving forward in a profound way. Leo, why did I say Leo? The sun. Yeah, Leo. Something about Leo season. Some of you may have Leo in your chart. I mean, we have here Scorpio out on the board as well. Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius. This is luck. All right, this is luck because you've created this luck for yourself. And your final outcome is the 10 of Cups. I get by with a little help from my friends and family. And this is also your spirit tribe, right? Those in the spiritual realm. Even though the family is present here, remember, Cups is about our heart, our intuition, our feelings. So you are really taking a look at what feels good to you. Who feels good to you? Because that's what you are gravitating towards. Just like the sunflowers in the sunflower field here, they shine towards the sun. They tend to move their flowerness, right, towards the sun. And I feel like that's what you're doing here, is shining a little bit brighter. Some of you are getting vitamin D, and that is making the world of difference. But I feel like you're shining your light bright, and that's what you're heading towards. That is what's happening here for you. This is a beautiful reading, Pisces. So let's look at career, finances, wealth, and money. You have the award card, winning money. This could be a payoff for your effort, recognition, advancement, professional work, and even fame. For those of you that are wanting to get recognized for your skills, your talents. I mean, the sun is putting you in the spotlight here. So your energy is magnetized, and I feel like you created a very abundant beginning. You've created something quite profound here. You should be proud of yourself, Pisces. You're getting recognized here, and it's allowing for advancement. I also feel like there's a gift coming in. I mean, of course, if it's your birthday, there could be some gifts, but I feel like this is a gift from the universe. This is a gift saying, job well done. Not that you're being graded by any means. That's not what the universe does. It's not about, being graded, but in a way, it's kind of like being in that classroom. And learning, growing, evolving. And this feels like summer break. Your reading today feels like summer break. Like, all right, school's out for summer. I feel it. This is good. The sun is shining. I am surrounding myself with, happiness and friends, and I am being recognized. Maybe this is the end of the year where you get those honors in some way. All right, those honors. I'm getting honored. You are being honored for you doing a good job studying. Instead of not showing up for something, you've been showing up. And I mentioned that earlier, the consistency. The falling is easy. We can fall in love with an idea, fall in love with an individual, but showing up, right? That's a whole nother story. And I feel like you're being rewarded for showing up. All right, you have coins, money coming in. This is wealth, good investment. Some of you are in sales or finance, getting a raise, and look at that. You have lucky. All right, twice. Some of you, you have a lucky number. This may have been, I'm getting like a jersey. So perhaps you played a certain sport in school. Maybe someone's lucky number was like 7 or 9. I feel like there's a lucky number that you have here. I mean, even if it's not on a jersey, it just feels like you're seeing this number quite often. Spirit, is there a specific number here? Lucky number 13. All right. Are some of you born on the 13th here? Maybe of March? Okay. That could be someone's lucky number. Take that as it resonates, because they're giving me the death here is card 13. And even though, Friday the 13th, sometimes people tend to fear that, but believe it or not, which I'm sure you do, 13 is a very auspicious number. It's a good omen. So this is a good time for you. It's a lucky time for you. You have here unexpected. Okay, so there may be financial crises in the past is what I'm getting here, because that's why you have the Wheel of Fortune, but you're able to turn something around. It says it may be out of your control, but you can still control the outcome. Beautiful. So there has been something that perhaps you've lost, perhaps money had to go into repairs. Oh, some of you, this is repairs on maybe a vehicle, home repairs. Maybe this is health repairs. Perhaps there was a part of yourself that you needed to spend money on personal improvement here. Deal with things ahead. Try to prepare for the unexpected. I feel like you've been preparing for your future. And it just feels like you're treating yourself this month. It feels like you're treating yourself because you've worked diligently on creating a future where you don't have to constantly feel like you're stuck going back and forth here in some way. Or if that's how you felt, you have this Ace of Pentacles. You have a new start, a new beginning coming in where you don't have to be in that vibe. Now you have the Heart card. Be careful of emotional spending, right? This is a powerful emotional time for you with that 10 of Cups, but it actually feels like you may be spending on others, okay? You may be treating your friends out, but don't be quick to push away being taken care of, because people want to nurture you as well, Pisces. People want to treat you. Maybe this is treating you out for coffee, or, buying you a massage, or it doesn't have to be money. It can be giving you a good foot rub, or just a longer hug than normal. Whatever this is here for you, you are supported. And Pisces, you have such a big, beautiful heart that you want to dish it out and give so much to others. But I just feel like this support is being reciprocated to you in the month of February here. Beautiful. And hopefully it stays. It consistently stays throughout the year as well, not just around your birthday or around the month of February. Now, some of you are counselors. Excuse me. You could be guides. This is also about having a job that you love. So you have the 10 of Cups. So here's the Ace of Pentacles. This could be a new offer coming in, and you may be putting in a notice with the Death card. You may be giving a 2-week notice, which is allowing you to rest and retreat. For others of you, I feel like you're working on a creative project, perhaps one that you have put to the back burner, or it wasn't time to open that door with the Death card. And I feel like you're going all the way. I mean, the tens are all the way. And you're starting with an ace and you're ending with a 10. And this tells me also that you could be manifesting a strong partnership, potentially with a King of Pentacles, someone that may be investing in you, investing your time, your skills, your talents, maybe financially compensating you in some way. So there is a very powerful partnership coming in here for you. Consider having a partner who can bring the experiences that you lack, but it's also about relationships that are holding you back. And I think I said this in the beginning with the Death card. If there are people who are trying to block your happiness, I just feel like you are disconnecting from them. Law of attraction, we either disperse, it goes in this direction, or it magnetizes. I mean, magnetizing can go one of two ways. If you've ever held the magnets, back to back, they can kind of push away from each other. But sometimes, they most likely, more often than not, connect. And I feel like that's what's happening here is, anything that's just not aligning, you're going to see it just kind of naturally falling to the wayside or being kind of pushed out of your life in some way in order for what's truly matching and aligning with this newfound ascension or energy of yours. So there could be something new that is being brought into your life with that ace. All right, let's look at love. You've gone through a situation where you may have been used, or there was a lot of heartbreak, pain, separation, loss. With the Death card, this could be a loss of a loved one. Some of you may be widowed. There could have been a loss of a family member here. And it was very, very difficult, as loss can be, as endings can be. But I feel like you've gone through the grief already. I don't feel like there's grief here in your reading. So this tells me that this has happened, but through loss, right? There's love after loss. There's gain after pain. I feel like the flip side, but this is telling me where you've been, right? But the flip side of this is saying you, yes, have been maybe scarred in a sense, but those scars have healed over is what I'm getting. And oftentimes when this backstabbing card shows up, I think of the pomegranate and the butter knife. The butter knife has cut that pomegranate open. And if you've ever cut a pomegranate, you know that it stains your hands. It stains with the red. And something may have stained you in some way. It stained your aura. It left an imprint. It left, a big impact on you. But instead of letting that close your beautiful heart, I feel like you're using that experience to broaden your cosmic heart here, to broaden that energy of self-love. So again, another moment to really be proud of yourself, be proud of your journey and how far you have come. Some of you are talking to someone new. It's exciting. You could be falling for someone here, Pisces. This is about talking more. You may be interested in someone. This could be a friend. It could be someone that, turns into a lover. It doesn't just have to be romantic, but it is a heartfelt connection with that Page of Cups. So perhaps you haven't spoke to a family member, maybe someone that you even, cut out, or maybe they cut you out in some way in the past. There could be a renewal of energy. For a lot of you, though, I just feel like you're not communicating or not connecting with certain individuals or people that drain your energy. I mean, that's what it boils down to here. But for those of you that are wanting a new connection, it's here. There could be texts, there could be calls, there could be, emails, FaceTime. I feel like you may be awaiting a message. You may be excited, anticipating here, what they're going to say. There's a really good vibe of connecting and communicating. And some of you, this is insane chemistry. If you are currently involved, some of you are, you're married, you have children, you have family. This is about reigniting maybe that spark of passion. Some of you have children that are leaving the home, or you're now empty nesters, and you may be deciding, is this a relationship that we can renew? We can start over here, or if not, you may be cutting ties from a connection or a relationship so you can, spend time with the people that uplift you. And so you can invite in new energy. There's just something out with the old, in with the new here for you. And I feel like you want equal. You want reciprocity. I mean, I think we all do, right? But this is about having fun, right? Having fun, bringing in joy and laughter and enthusiasm and passion, which is what that page of cups is excited to do here. Now, the key on a ring tells me that if you were an option, if something wasn't stable with that Ace of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, I feel like you're cutting it out of your life. All right. If you were stringing someone along, if they were stringing you along, if it was a one night stand, an unconventional approach to something, I just feel like you want more. You want that 10 of cups. You want your happily ever after. And if someone is not willing to, meet you in the middle, I just feel like you're choosing a direction where someone will. All right. And they will, Pisces, they will. All right. Your archetype, you have the river. It reminds me of a song called The River. I'm not quite sure who sings it. Some of you could hear a song. Maybe it is called The River. Is it Bishop Briggs, perhaps? I'm not quite sure, but let's take a look here. The river also, you may be dreaming about water is what I'm hearing for some of you. You could be visiting a river, and I'm actually getting like the Nile or even like the Amazon. This feels like a bigger river. And I do see here allowing something to flow. Think of rivers, right? They flow into maybe larger bodies of water, but they don't resist. The river doesn't just stop when things come in. Let me just find it for you. I'm not going to waste your time. 1 second. I'll pause it. Pisces, this one took me a minute to find, okay, the river. And there's symbology in that as well because, they say if you get lost, right, go towards the water, find the river. So perhaps some of you, this has to do with, going with the flow. And that's what the river is all about here. Going with the flow, the stream, the current. It says there is a reason so many rituals of change and rebirth take place in the river. It is forgiveness embodied in physical form without asking anything in return. The river washes away what is no longer necessary, smoothing over sharp edges and accepting all our mistakes and grievances. Once we step in, we are no longer in control. The river carries us farther down the stream of transformation than we plan to go. Its waters have a special gift for reflecting back to us a new and dreamlike vision. Once the tears have passed, we see ourselves as we haven't before seen, with a little more lightness, grace, and fluidity. Keep in mind that the you that stands within the river is the real you, full of deep emotion and potential. Nothing to hide, nothing to judge. May you drink in the sight of your true self. That's beautiful. Like I said, finding yourself within that river, that emotion, that watery element, which is what you're made of. And this is about acceptance, grace, reflection, and forgiveness. When it's in the sun, that is the energy that it brings in. Now, when it's in the shadow, it can be torment of emotions. It's flooding. It's overwhelm. And I feel like you've been there, right? You've brushed that energy of death. That's what I was told in the beginning here. But you're coming out of that here because there is there's a message here around acceptance and forgiveness, and that changes the game. It says you can only resist the river for so long. Eventually, it will pull you toward change. So you may as well get in with style and grace. And that's exactly what you're doing here. I said that this death is something that you're excited about, right? You're excited to get in that river. It's almost as if you've been waiting for this to happen. You've been waiting for this to kind of wash over you, quite literally. The river is emotion, and when you are in its current, you will know it by the bursting forth of tears, laughter, song, despair. All the emotions flow in its current. We often get wrapped up in our emotions, and we think that certain ones are good or bad, but they're not, right? It reminds us that we're souls having a human experience and that all emotions are part of it. So try not to suppress. Try not to say, I shouldn't feel a certain way. If you want to feel, angry or sad or happy, whatever is going on in your life, it's important to honor those feelings. But right here, right now, this month, I feel like those emotions that are coming in for you are laughter, right? Are play and, forgiveness and even peace with this rest and retreat card here. So allow these emotions to, flood over you. And there may even be tears. There may be some tears here, tears of release, tears of happiness. And if you want to go further, check out Barry Lopez's River Notes or Ronnie Horn's Still Water. I'm not sure if those are poems, if they're books, if they are songs. So please take that as it resonates. But I definitely feel like you are embracing all that the river has to offer. Pisces, that is what I have for you for your February monthly reading. If you like the message, please hit that thumbs up. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Thank you again so much for tuning in. Lots of love.